I am excited to announce that Mechabreak is coming back on February 23rd with another open beta. Just a day ago, a new trailer and website update dropped on us. That's right, we're looking at access to a lot of new content, especially the new Mashack game mode. I am Axel, a longtime beta tester and tournament runner for Mechabreak, and I am here to break down what exactly is going to be in the new beta, so stick around. If you didn't know already, Mechabreak is an up-and-coming third-person action game where you control a custom mech of your choice in either 6v6, 3v3, or the brand new extraction mode. The movement here is fast and punchy, and it fulfills a niche that nothing really on the market satisfies right now. There's a ton of mechs to choose from, like the Laser Defender Hurricane, the Lance Assassin Panther, and the Nimble and Fast Falcon. Let me know below what is your favorite striker from the last open beta, because mine was definitely the Ulysses, even though it wasn't very good, and of course the Aquila was always a beast. Now for the news on the upcoming beta, let's start off with the big obvious points. Yes, there is going to be both 6v6 and 3v3 modes just like the previous August beta. However, this time the extraction mode Mashack is going to be a big focus. This is the first time Mashack is open to public testing. It is going to be a PvPvE mode where you drop on the island of Mashack with two other friends. You will then fight AI enemies, including these big bosses that you are seeing in the promotional videos and also on the website. Then, when you're defeating bosses or AI enemies, you gain loot. You then try to escape with that loot before the Ion Storm devours the whole island. What's cool about this is that in a developer interview, they said Mashack is the primary way to earn modifications for your mechs. And if the August beta is anything to go by, the new February beta will feature mods from C rank to S rank in order for you to fine-tune the performance of your striker in every mode. Now you'll probably need those modifications too, because there are a lot of cool AI enemies revealed. For example, there's this big floating battle cruiser with a huge laser cannon named Constantine by the website. You can fight this. In the Mashack mode, it is like Makalu, the other tutorial boss, that's also going to be in Mashack mode, and I think there is a random chance where they spawn and where they're going to be. So those are the raid bosses in the extraction mode. And if you check the website, there are a ton of enemies that you are expected to engage in Mashack. They're little goons, you know, they're little grunt suits. And I love that. I love that they gave a tech tree showing different variations on the same core unit. It excites me because I used to play a lot of real-time strategy games in the past. So I know that somebody thought about how each of these grunt suits would have to meet all the tasks a military unit is expected to perform on the battlefield. For example, there are 3 different production models of enemy mechs, and each of them have a different manufacturer and design philosophy. I genuinely spent a lot of time just reading all the lore I could while researching for this video. One interesting thing I found out was that the tank tread models are typically kind of like an amalgamation of repair models, right? You know how in Zaku tanks in Gundam, 0079 Gundam, they are basically repair models of the Zaku where they don't have time to put the bipedal on. It's kind of like the same thing in this world, except that, you know, the Copperhead hybrid is a favored by veterans who's lost their lower limbs but still want to serve. Because of the mind melding technology in this world, bipedal mechs are probably like controlled with your mind a lot, and if you don't have your lower limbs, there's always a tank treads. And that's such a neat little piece of world building that really makes me want to make a lore video in the future when the whole story is released. Until then, Mashack is set to be in extraction mode, which means you'd have to fight other players as well. I like Mashack the most when you end up fighting other people. And the terrain is huge. You can see on the website that all of this is one map. The engagement variety is endless, especially because unlike in other modes, you have a lot of mobility here, and you get to use all of it. To help you on your quest to extract, there's going to be 3 Mashack only features. Now, my Gundam fans might already know what these are. They're gliders, or base jabbers in Gundam, but they're basically called gliders here. Mashack is introducing them as vehicles, and these gliders are equipped with various loadouts, from sniper cannons, to rockets and minigun, to even a really big sword. I love the customization option here, because team, composition, building is fun, it's very fun. And the obvious thing is here, if somebody is having the support glider, maybe it has healing, so you don't necessarily have to bring a healer striker along like Lumine or Piaka on the team. Another thing to note is that the gliders are really fast. You can see them that they're relatively speedy in the trailer. So that is the biggest benefit for slow strikers like Tricera, Hurricane, or Stego. Another feature of Mashack is the weapon loadouts. We can see here that Panzer equips dual miniguns. I believe that there will be many weapon loadouts to customize in the beta. In the TGS trailer, there was also glimpses of this new system. On the Mechabreak website, we can see different variations here. We can see a rocket launcher, maybe even a heavy cannon on an Arakami, and maybe something else on the Pianka is really hard to tell from a distance here. I'm excited to explore the possibilities because imagine a missile launcher on your sniper, or a sniper on your melee striker. You can cover weaknesses, or you can double down on the niches. So imagine if you ran, let's say, 3 melee strikers, but you carried all sniper rifles all the time. That's gonna be a lot of fun and very interesting to see what people come up with in a team combo. The last part of the new features are what I consider utilities, basically. They're not very exciting for sure, but they're honest work. This includes the various utility airdrops. There's a whole bunch of them, like the healing station, the radar, and the revive beacon. But there's also stuff like the extraction rocket, which will allow you to extract loot before you extract yourself in Mashack. That way you won't lose everything if you end up team wiping to another Mashack team. These are good mechanics, and I've seen a lot of the mechanics evolve during our beta testing time, and I'm just glad that these are widely available tools that are available for all to call down. I also particularly like the idea of the healing station, because it gives us other forms of out of combat healing, which means that you don't necessarily have to run a healing striker all the time, which I'm very, very glad of, because there's only 2, technically 3 if you count Tricera, healing mechs in the game right now. Now, for some of the less obvious news, there doesn't seem to be any new strikers in the announcement, which makes me a little bit sad. However, I did pick out from the trailers that Skyraider was able to perform a backflip in the gameplay footage here. This suggests a new ability, and Skyraider is one of my favorite strikers, so I wonder what this is gonna mean. I wonder if this means that the smokescreen missiles are going away. I do know that people were complaining about the smokescreen missiles being too powerful and disruptive, so maybe they replace the missile with another defensive ability. I don't know, we'll probably find out soon. Something else on the Mechabreak website that I found really interesting is that in some of the promotional images, strikers have a certain electrical arc energy around their weapons. I'm probably just reading too much into it, like it's probably just a stylization choice, but I don't think Sego or Falcon have any energy-based weaponry. It's just something neat that I found, and props to the artist if this is only a stylization choice, but maybe in Mashack we'll see some sort of power-up system that we haven't seen from any of the previous news in order to facilitate cooler PvP fights. Anyways, I am excited to get back on the game on open beta. I hope to see all of you there because I don't think you actually need to pre-register. I've been checking everything and making sure that you don't actually have to sign up or anything. I think you just have to download the demo on February 23rd. So do not worry if the website links don't work. Remember to get some water, touch some grass, and I'll see you next time. Ciao.